Are you looking for ways to develop your English speaking skills? Here are some tips to improve your fluency, pronunciation, accuracy, and conversation skills. If you're looking for ways to improve your spoken communication in English, you're not alone. How can I improve my English speaking skills? Is one of the most popular questions we get asked. So here's what everyone wants to know. Watch on for our tips to improve your fluency, pronunciation, accuracy, and conversation skills in English. Speaking a language is a skill, like driving a car, playing a musical instrument, or learning to swim. To be a good driver, you need to practice driving. You can read a book about car mechanics. You can study the rules of the road. But nothing is as good for your driving as spending time behind the wheel of a car actually driving. It's the same with speaking English. No matter how much you study grammar and vocabulary, if you don't practice spoken communication, it's very difficult to get good at it. So maybe you talk to yourself in English as you go about your day. Or maybe you look for opportunities to chat in English with people you meet. Okay, so you want to practice, but who can you speak English with? Do you know anybody in your network who speaks English? Maybe you have friends or colleagues at work that you can speak English with. If you can't find English-speaking friends easily, try attending meetups or social events for language practice. Another idea is a language exchange. Find someone learning your language, and you both help each other by speaking in your respective languages. You can also use language exchange apps to find conversation partners. Socializing in English is enjoyable. You meet new people. Use English in real conversations and adapt to each other's language level, helping each other learn quickly and remember what you've learned. Listening to a recording of your voice can feel strange, especially talking in English. But once you get used to it, recording yourself speaking can be a powerful tool for improvement. The big thing it helps is confidence. I bet you the first thing you notice when you listen back is that you speak English better than you thought. Another thing is pronunciation, or just feeling the words in your mouth. Speaking a foreign language is a physical workout for your mouth, and you want to get in the gym. You're also practicing fluency. Next time you have to talk about that same topic, the ideas and words will flow more easily. By training yourself to notice and correct mistakes, you'll improve your accuracy too. Watching series and films in English or listening to audio designed for your level is great for your pronunciation and intonation. Remember, you can check out other stories and podcast videos on my channel. Listening to English is also a good way to notice how grammar is used or to pick up new words and phrases. But not only all of that, here's the big one. Being a good listener is a really important part of a good conversation. We often forget this when we're concentrating on what we're going to say. You don't even need to be that good at speaking English. If you can listen, understand, and show interest, people will love talking to you. And that means more English speaking practice, more opportunities to improve your speaking, and more of that lovely, warm feeling that happens when you use your English to connect with someone. How many apps to learn English do you have on your phone right now? Probably at least one. The digital age has revolutionized language learning, and it's easy to forget how lucky that makes us. There's a wealth of study technology available, so choose carefully. Make sure that you're using the most effective resources for your study habits and not falling into the trap of relying too heavily on game-like apps. Apps have many limitations, and you will still need to mix up your activities to learn English faster. Working on your pronunciation is helpful for a few reasons. We all need to be understood, and pronunciation practice helps us speak with clarity. This doesn't mean that you need to get rid of your accent. Not at all. But it will be frustrating for you and other English speakers if they do not understand you. Some of the work in becoming fluent and pronouncing words is physical. If your native language sounds very different from English, you will need to pay attention to moving your mouth and tongue in a new way. Native Spanish speakers, for example, sometimes say that speaking English for long periods makes their jaw ache. One exercise you can try is using my YouTube Stories video and my other channel, which is a place where you can hear any sentence in a variety of English accents. This is great to repeat along to and practice your pronunciation, but it also improves your listening skills. Fluency is being able to speak whole sentences without hesitation. If you learn English one word at a time, it will be very hard not to hesitate when constructing sentences. That's because you'll have to translate every English sentence in your head from your native language, word by word. There is another way. Learning new words as part of common phrases can ease mental strain when speaking. To take a very basic example, if you are learning the word tonight, it would help to try and learn a whole phrase such as, "Tonight, I am going to party." This way, when you need to discuss your plans for the evening, your brain has half of the reply prepared. There's less pausing and thinking involved. Learning lists of phrases in a new language is also known as sentence mining. Fans claim that it makes them able to use new vocabulary faster and memorize grammar more naturally. Native English speakers disobey the rules of their language all the time. This is something you'll know if you've ever had to type out a recording of a spoken English conversation. Many British high school students don't know what phrasal verbs are even though they use them all the time. Grammar rules are useful to be aware of. They're essential to study at some point. But they should be lower down your list of priorities than getting English-speaking practice. Most of the time, you will be understood if your grammar isn't perfect. Aim to be understandable when chatting to native English speakers, and after a little bit of work, grammatical rules will start to sink in naturally. Fluency is not a one-time destination to be conquered, but a continuous process of learning. Once you have achieved fluency, it will still take a degree of practice to keep your English language skills at the front of your mind. The truth is, everyone who speaks any language at all is still learning. Research has shown that most people continue to learn an extra word in their native language every day until middle age. Try to find this fact motivating rather than off-putting, and remember to celebrate every small success along the English learning journey. If you're watching this video, you've already mastered an impressive amount of English. So, if you love this video, don't forget to subscribe and like, share, and comment.